Hi guys, welcome to Kenganda. My name is Johnny Tamaya, and this is the streamier type of podcasting that we have going on here. Now, today's guest is actually a good subscriber of ours. He has been with us for so many years. I mean, ever since Kenganda started, he had this brilliant idea, and I said, you know what, you have to come on the platform and tell the people what it is you have to say. Let me just add him. Hello.
Hello. Good evening for you.
Yeah, good evening for me, but it's good afternoon for you, right?
That is correct, yes.
Yes. Can you please tell our viewers who you are? Give us a brief introduction.
Well, my name is Julius. I am from Kingston, Jamaica, originally. I left Jamaica, I believe, at the age of 20 on a opera music scholarship to the Royal Conservatory here in Toronto. Did that for a while, met my wife, got married, and life is going well. A few years ago, I started to realize that, I don't really necessarily feel the sense of belonging I used to feel for Canada. And then after the whole George Floyd, Breonna Taylor situation, I became even less enamored by where we are. So luckily met a guy on YouTube called Woody Maya, and he was talking about Africa. So I got really, really involved and interested in all things Africa, and I watched everything I could possibly find. And so I had a medical issue sometime last year, and I needed to get away. I needed to just leave. So I was looking at Ghana because they have right of abode and it's easy and everybody's going there. But when the time came, I just felt that I should go to East Africa and I should go to Kenya. So I went to Kenya not knowing anybody there. I spent several weeks there. I absolutely fell in love with the country. Kenya. I've created an emotional tie to the country. So when I came back to Canada, because I'm into YouTube, I was watching this YouTuber interview a company called AMG Realtors. They were selling land. So I said, let me see. So I called and yes, they're selling land. And I was able to buy land in Kenya online. So everybody thought I was absolutely crazy. You're buying land in Africa online, you're gonna get robbed. But I did my research. I researched the company, I researched the YouTuber. I don't think the guy would have put his reputation on the line like that. So I bought the land, and now I'm thinking, okay, let's go and, develop and start a business there. Easier said than done. So I'm at a point now where I'm applying for a work permit to go to Kenya. And part of the stipulation is that you need to have $100,000 US in a Kenyan bank account. What they don't tell you is that no Kenyan bank is going to open an account for you without having a KRA PIN, which is their tax registration number or taxpayer number. I guess Uganda probably has the same thing. And the thing is, you cannot get that KRA PIN legitimately on the visa I'm applying for unless you have $100,000 in the bank. So the bank won't open the account because I don't have a PIN, and the government won't give me the PIN because I don't have the money in the bank account. So the money is not an issue. It's moving the money to Kenya that is an issue. And so I'm saying to myself, oh my God, does everybody have to go through this if they want to relocate to Africa? And so a group of friends of mine and some of them want to go to Uganda, some Tanzania, some Kenya, say, you know what, let's see if we can demonstrate to the government of East Africa the benefits of giving us the right of abode, meaning people of African descent. So the people that were enslaved and taken to the West, if their descendants can come to East Africa and be granted the right of abode so we can operate our businesses and work, just like what they have in Ghana. So really, that's how we came up with the Coalition for the Repatriation of the Descendants of Enslaved and Trafficked Africans. And that's why we're here, to get the right of abode for us.
That's amazing. Now, please tell us about the petition. I know you've kind of touched on it, but could you tell our viewers what the petition is about, how many votes you have so far, and yeah, everything else that is the petition?
So the petition is to try and get at least 10,000 signatures supporting this argument. And then we're going to present the petition to the presidents of Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Kenya, and Burundi, and the DRC. We're also going to present it to the chair of the EAC, which is currently the president of Burundi. So that is what we're doing. We are also making not just the reunification part of it, but an economic argument as well, because we are not coming back to look for jobs. Most of us have some capital stored away, and we're looking to come and invest, and we're looking to come and operate businesses. So the right of the petition is to be able to give us certain rights within the Eastern Africa community. And so that's basically the right to live, the right to operate businesses and work. That's the minimum we're looking for.
When I look at your policy, it does talk about Ghana already has this policy.
That is correct.
Could you tell us about that? And which other country has that policy too?
So the only one that I know of that has right of abode is Ghana. If you're a descendant of enslaved Africans, you can go to Ghana, you get a Ghanaian partner, you operate your businesses. It's fairly easy to set up and operate a business in Ghana if you're a descendant. Sierra Leone will give you citizenship if you can demonstrate that you have DNA tying to any of the tribes that are in Sierra Leone. So Sierra Leone has actually gone a step further than Ghana, because Ghana, you do have to wait a while for citizenship. It's not that easy. But so what we're looking for is at least the right of abode that just gives us the right, hey, I want to come to Kenya, fill some forms out, here you go. You can come, you can operate your business, you can, own land and property. So that's what we're looking for.
Okay, that's nice. You talked about buying land in Kenya and not being able to open up a bank account unless you have the tax number. Is it the tax number?
Yes.
In Uganda, it's called the TIN, the tax identification number. But what other challenges did you face that pushed you to sign this petition, apart from the bank and the?
Just if you're going to, so the Kenyan government has advertised, you can do most things online. And for the most part, it is true, you can do most of these processes online. But when you try this particular process, the fact that you have to go offline opens you up to having to pay extracurricular fees, if you get what I'm saying. So that's also a huge challenge, because you will find someone offering you a resident permit right away, and they'll tell you the fee for that one is going to be $15,000 US. Someone even offered me permanent residence for $40,000 US, and I was like, no. So you're meeting on what O'Shea called the middlemen, who are there to exploit you because the process is not streamlined.
Yes.
So the middleman is a huge thing.
Okay. Have you been to Uganda before?
No, I have not, but it's on the list. And that's only because of you guys. You guys have totally. I hope the government of Uganda knows what you guys are doing, because you are doing a great service to that country. Because a friend of mine, I sent him your channel to watch, and he's the one that's investing in Uganda. He hasn't even been there yet, just from watching Kenganda. And he's speaking with the, I think, repatriation services. You had a lady on. You had a lady on. Yes. Yeah, so he's dealing with them and so on. So you guys are doing a great service, but definitely I will be visiting Uganda. I will be visiting Tanzania and Rwanda. I don't know, I feel East Africa, and I know O'Shea and Gab said don't get emotional about it, but I'll be honest, there is an emotional component to it. There is an emotional component, and I I'm going to embrace that because I think it will just fuel my passion even more. So yeah, East Africa is it for me.
Yeah, okay, that's nice. East Africa is the way to go. I encourage that because I am East African, and why not? I feel like this is where the future is. Now, let's assume like a government official is maybe watching this and listening to your petition and whatnot, and they want to find out what are the benefits of this policy to the country that you are petitioning it to. So the petition is to East Africa, right? So what benefits would East Africa be getting out of this petition?
They'd be looking at an influx of people who are first Pan-African minded, because the people in that I'm surrounded by are very Afrocentric. They're pro-Africa. So you're going to be getting an influx of people that wants the best for the region and the best for the continent. That's number one. Number two, we're not coming with our empty pockets. Like, we're all professionals. You're going to be getting teachers, doctors, IT professionals, tourism and hospitality, which is what I'm involved in. I'm professionals. So you're getting an influx of educated people with experience in running businesses who are coming to start businesses. So my venture to start out, I will need to hire 2 employees. So that's a small venture I'm starting that I'm going to have 2 employees. I can't do it alone. I have another business registered in Kenya that with a separate Kenyan partner where we're buying bodas, and we're going to once we get our capital plus 30%, the rider gets the boda. Like, we're not looking to take, we're looking to give. All boats will rise with the tide. So you're getting people with the commitment to the region. You're getting people with some level of capital. You're getting people that are there for the benefit of their fellow Africans, because the people that are coming, we see everybody kind of as our brother. I know it's not the same on the continent, because the experiences are different. But for us, it is really all about Africa. Yes, we want economic benefits as well, but we're coming with a particular mindset which will only benefit the region.
You know, that's well said.
Thank you.
Well said right there. If I had to sign that bill, it would be signed in a heartbeat, because that's well said. Because I feel like if you're going to help the economic environment, if you're going to help the economy, then you should be given the rights to, make things easy for you guys. I don't know. I think was Uganda trying to do something?
Your president said for us to come home, but we haven't seen any process that is a welcoming process from anyone, to be quite honest. Kenya has, I think, removed visa restrictions, but being a Jamaican citizen, I have a Jamaican passport. Visas were never an issue. Plus, the visa process for Kenya is so easy. You pay $50, you're online, you get it the next day. It's not an issue. Yeah. And it's just, when you want to set up and operate business, it needs to flow in a straight line. It needs to be transparent, because if the system isn't one, publicized, 2, very linear, from start to finish, then people are going to get taken advantage of. There's a way for me to open a bank account, but that's leaving me very vulnerable to someone. Yes, it's a business partner, but I'm not a rich man. If I lose $100,000, I'm going to cry. So, so they have to put policies that we can protect ourselves as well, that don't leave us open to unscrupulous people.
Well said. Well said. What could be some of the lessons that the rest of the countries can learn from Ghana's policy? Ghana has implemented this policy. What are some of the lessons that I think African countries should be able to pick from Ghana? What Ghana has done in that path?
Ghana, it's not perfection by any means, but Ghana had the year of return in 2019, and they saw $1 billion from that. Then after, beyond the return, the people that actually moved there and they're operating businesses there, I would love for Ghana to have been able to track that and tell us, hey, these people who came back are generating this to the economy. We can only estimate, what they're doing. And right now it's estimated that they're putting in at least 15% to the economy. We don't know how true that is. So I would say take the lessons from Ghana that there is a definite economic benefit to it. Can you imagine a big welcome event spanning 4 or 5 countries in East Africa? So welcome home, something that's organized carefully with the tourist board of all those countries. It will be a phenomenal revenue generation. And so the possibilities are absolutely endless. Just take from Ghana that, hey, these people are coming in for the most part, they're operating businesses. No one is there on the street begging. None of these people, they're operating businesses. So at some point, they're injecting money into the local economy. And the good thing about it is that these people are hiring locals. So the direct benefit goes to the local everyday person. When you come and you hire staff, that local person right at ground level is getting the benefit. And I think that's where, countries will grow, because your local population is directly benefiting from a policy that you've implemented. Because a lot of time governments implement policy and high level sounds great, $10 billion, but when it gets to the man on the street, usually they don't see that. They don't see the benefits. They might get a road or a train station, but they don't get money in their pockets.
I understand. What would you say to someone who has concern? Like, what concerns should a country have? Should they take this petition into consideration?
They have to be careful about dilution of their culture.
Okay.
Because that could be a concern. So. But as I said, the people that I know who want to come and for the long haul are of a particular mindset anyways. They're very Afrocentric. So you will get tourists because of people who are coming back. You will get the descendants who are just tourists. They have no interest in being in Africa. You're going to get those ones. And those ones are the ones that may come with a certain expectation or a certain expectation that we're going to meet the country that they're visiting, might want to meet them with their culture. And no, because we don't do it anywhere else in the world. If I was just in the Dominican Republic, I didn't expect them to try and meet me where my culture is. I got immersed in their culture. But I think because Africans, the descendants who are tourists, are coming back to Africa, they may have an expectation that Africa is going to treat them a certain way and, try and meet their expectation that the West gives them. Not the people who are coming long-term. People coming long-term genuinely have Africa's best interest at heart. So the only negative or the only challenge I would see is for the local culture when it comes to tourism, the people coming in as tourists.
Well said. One thing I like about this petition of yours is that you're not sugarcoating anything and you're saying it as it is.
We have to. Transparency. For me, I believe that, especially whenever there's a bunch of dishonesty about, if you're honest, you'll be successful. It might take you a while, but eventually that will come out. Hey, this person is legitimate. They're going to do exactly what they say they're going to do. And, you'll be successful. So I strive myself on being transparent and being fair. So there is a challenge. The challenge is to the local culture, and that they have to put policies in place to mitigate that. And I mean, Uganda have the strongest policies in place to mitigate that, and people still want to come to Uganda. So
I know.
You know what I'm talking about.
They try to do everything to stop it, but
and they're still trying.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but we will get there, and we will have the country will get there. There's something you said before we leave. There's something you said that stood out to me before I started recording. You said they only allow you to go very far. It's like, could you expound on that? Yeah.
So if you're in the States or in Canada or any Western country, and you have a job and you're, let's say, a union employee, and you might encounter racism from a coworker, but not necessarily from the company you work for, because you have a union that's going to protect you. So for the most part, those people, I'm talking your teachers and your nurses and your police officers and firemen, those people with those jobs will probably never encounter a structural racism because they have a union. When you're outside of a union environment and you're in corporate America, corporate Canada, corporate wherever, you will only get so far. And eventually somebody's going to remind you that you are Black. It will happen. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're a vice president of a company. Eventually someone will remind you. And that's a burden I no longer want to deal with. When I got off that plane in Mombasa on my first time to Kenya, and the immigration officers saw my name and were joking about, hey, you should go to Tanzania, they'll give you a parade. And we had a little bit of chit chat, and I'm leaving the airport. And she shouted my last name, let's say Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, I thought something was wrong. She said, welcome home, Mr. Johnson. She knew I'd never been to Kenya before. That sense of someone wanting you in their country is immeasurable. And I think that very moment is what solidified my love with that country, because everywhere else I went, I got love. I had Kenyans buying me drink at the bar. Hey, you're Jamaican, come have a drink. I go, dude, I live in Canada. My dollar's worth like 200 Kenyan shillings, man. Relax, I'll buy the drinks. They go, no, man, come. And they ask. So it's that feeling you do not get in the West. And you don't realize you're carrying this weight on you until you get to an African country. I don't even feel this way when I go to Jamaica, because Jamaica for me is very Westernized. People are very self-centered. Let me not say self-centered. It's more individualistic, right? It's more individualistic. And when I was in Kenya, it's more communal. I think that's more what we're supposed to be. I think we're communal people. We're not individualistic people, and it kind of goes against our nature, in my opinion.
Okay, I understand that. Well said. We are going to wrap this one up. This was really short. I like to keep things just short, simple, informative, and cute. Let's keep it going. Tell them where they can find you if they want to reach out to you, and if they want to sign the petition, where can they find it? Give us all the details.
So the petition can be found at credea.com. That is CRDEA.com. It's a little website. It just gives very high level what we're looking for and what the benefits are. At the bottom, it says take action. You click on that. It will take you to the petition and you'll sign. The petition is asking for a donation. Just ignore that part. Just sign and, say that you will share the petition. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Afro Jamaican. So you can find me there, Afro Jamaican, the way it sounds. And I think that's about it. If any other links I remember, I will send to you and you can probably post it. But definitely, go to the website. It's credea.com. It's CRDEA.com. And at the bottom, it says take action and you can sign the petition. Please share the petition. The more signature we have, the more powerful it will look. And by sharing it, you're also creating a top of mind awareness where I'm hoping some politician somewhere is going to see it and definitely give us, a retweet or something. Okay,
well, I have signed the petition actually.
Thank you.
I see that you have, is it 200? You have 160.
160.
Yeah. So that's amazing. So I hope that people really sign it, because I would love to see our economy boom and boost whatever it is. So yeah, guys, make sure you check him out. Thank you so much for coming on. I do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys, we've come to the end of this one. Thank you so much for watching. Please follow us on all our social media platforms at Kenganda Nation, and shout out to our brother for coming on. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.